McMahon and I'm cookery editor of Woman's Weekly magazine, and I'm going to show you how to make broccoli and stilton soup. So in a large saucepan I've got a tablespoon of sunflower oil, and I'm going to add 1 onion which I've chopped, and I'm going to cook this over a medium heat for about 5 to 7 minutes until the onion starts to soften, but I don't want it to go golden, I want it to be just its plain colour. So I'm stirring it occasionally so that it doesn't stick to the bottom of the pan and burn. So once the onion has started to soften, I'm going to pour in a litre of stock. This is vegetable stock powder which I've mixed with water. I said all of it. Now I want to bring this to the boil. So once it's come to the boil, I'm going to cover the pan and turn down the heat, and I'm going to simmer this for about 5 minutes until the onion softens completely. So once the onion has softened, you can add the broccoli to the pan. And I've got here about 500 grams of broccoli, and I've sliced the stems as well because it's all going to be pureed, and the stems add flavour and it saves waste. They're totally edible when they're cooked, so you don't have to throw them away. So I'm going to bring this to the boil, and then I'll simmer it for about 5 minutes until the broccoli is just tender. I don't want to overcook it or the broccoli will lose its colour and it will go very dull. So once the broccoli is tender, you need to puree the soup. To get the smoothest result, it's best to use a liquidizer, but I normally use a stick blender because I find it saves washing up. So once it's pureed, I'm going to add some seasoning. And I've got 125 grams of stilton, and I'm going to crumble about half of it and add it to the soup. And because the soup is still hot, the cheese will melt from the heat in the soup. It doesn't need to go back on the stove. And then I've got some bruschettas, which are like toasted bread, and I'm going to spread some stilton onto a bruschetta, and to serve the soup, I ladle it into a bowl. So then I'm going to put the bruschetta on top and just scatter over some more bits of cheese. And that's my finished broccoli and stilton soup.